Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Understand something. They say we don't have no sound. They want to play these games to see. This is going to be real. All this is going to be real. There's no plan. There's no script. See, it wants to play Negro. Understand something. It's time to go to Harvard. I know what to say. I know how to talk. When you're at the Romans, you do what the Romans do. But I'm in the hood, and I chose to be in the hood. Rather than go sit up in some ivory tower somewhere making a whole bunch of money, removed from what's real, I chose to go back where I grew up and apply what Dr. Cox had given me, called applied theology. But he said I wasn't a theologian. On that ferry boat, he said this. He said I was the mystic. He said, without me, there was no theology to write about. That's what he said. No, this ain't for you. This is for my baby in Senegal, who didn't know who her husband was. Because he didn't give us a chance. Understand? And she suffered. And I want to heal her. Because I need healing from her on something. She knows it. She can't do that. Don't come to me. You can't heal me with that. You know what I mean. We all been young, dumb, and full of, They didn't give us a chance. Got our swing out this ring. I'm gonna take it off because it slipped. I lost so much weight. Wow. Oh, my heart's not missing. Let's see. They didn't give us a chance. They give us no support. They're spilling the mantles, coughing, did other things in the mantles. The whole mantles coughing. Do you think that please God? No, it'll be God, man. It don't make name. I'm trying to hold back this wrath. You see. She called my and still blaspheme. You know I can't play no drum. You know I can never play no drum. But God can't. But what you call God can't play. He can play it. Sheikh Sufi just going around. And will not bring the disciples to this sheikh that was the sheikh of all the sheikhs for this age. I know what I am. I know why my master gave me his mantle. Now, if you don't love me that much, don't you come to me. They got tumors in their chakras and their motors. Take sound to penetrate them. We're going to have the victory in the end, baby. Don't worry about nothing. Because the karma said God is with me. Not with no other. Like you. tool enough to do this thing and give God your total being. To the living God of all creation, you ready to do that? You ain't ready to do that, don't come in. Because you're dealing with a man who don't give you everything. You got to be khadijah, do this place, man. Sweet Sally Mubah, Saint Tuba Red, Sally, 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 back it, Sally, 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 Sally. Ain't but one shake suit. Ain't but one in the West. Excuse me. Ramadan Mubarak, Ramadan Kadim, most glorious. I have to feed some people for the day. Thought I broke fast because I wasn't feeling well. Please do Sanditi for me. The most perfect prayer for mind, body, and soul. One does Geese remember the night? It was a beautiful night in Rockington. And we saw these two beautiful holy jinn on top of these two trees. One looked like Geese. They were both bald headed and they were black. We saw that with our own eyes and they were smiling at us. See, some jinn worship God. They worship what you call God. Allah, Yahweh, Yahweh. They're the same to me. I'm sorry. We saw a lot of miraculous things in too that you say is too high to stay. Got to knock the dirt out of it. See, darling, they got tumors all up in it. juice about my baby in Senegal. Didn't have no bed to sleep in for a long time. Like the other back his head. This is the mantle. The holy mantle of Kadim. See, there's some truth on that. I don't like ugly. My mama kept talking. Don't like ugly. You know what we did for that lion out there? You know, he put a sweet water well on top of a salt water sea. It's in there, in that car. I've been to it, I drank that water from that well that he gave the lion. I don't wish no harm to come on them. They holy people. He gave him a sweet water sea on top of the salt sea. He moved the ocean back for him. Remember that? You piss in the mantle of Serene Sally Hoop's coffin. Fools! Hope your ignorance saves you. And he was selling toothpaste, not there to protect me as he was supposed to. And he knows it, though he justifies it. And I love him more than I love anything. I never did that. I got involved. One time, Sheikh Jelani had a disciple, a friend. He really loved this man. This man promised to do some things. He didn't do it. He justified all his crap. And this hurt the Sheikh. Whatever it was, hurt him bad. Because he had affectation for this person. It wasn't all gone. Even the Sheikhs are always alive. So, Sheikh Jelani withdrew to his quarters. And not long after that, fires began to break out all over Baghdad. The whole city was about to catch on blaze. But he had a disciple that came to him that loved him, served him. I think about it, we would call him, in the mortal way. Saint himself. Went to the Sheikh, and the Sheikh had so much respect for him. He said, Master, please. Please, Master, don't be here. Or you burn up all of that. Master, please, calm down. You told me one time, this brother gave me this scarf that bled all over me when I was on the plane. He had to know it would bleed. So when I got back to Tuba, I was going to go straight to him. You told me, you pulled me to the side. You said, calm down, brother Ibrahim, Sheikh. He said, if you don't do this. He said, you're angry. He said, you'll burn the brother up in the back. You have too much power. This is what you said. What you think I got now? You ever seen him play a drum? Negro, go get the land and be blessed. Only think about my baby, Joy. Get away from this thing. Think about dead or get away from this thing. want to talk to you, Lord. I miss you a long time, man. But you said I went out of your heart a long time ago. I said, well, now you say you love me so much. No, I don't believe in physical love no more. I don't mean we can't have a bunch of babies. Sheikh said so. We don't lie. We don't go same soon. You won't have me. You wait. People wait. What you waiting on? Step out on faith. God will bless you. Get the tube. St. Tuba always does that. I came with $50 and you can't get the tube on 50 cents? Or somebody? I came with $50, 9,000 miles away, and I didn't know nobody couldn't speak the language. That's why I ain't tolerate no duplicitous behavior out of nobody that took their bay out with me. Stepping in and stepping back and disappearing and won't answer messages. I ain't got time for that. The blues in there, baby. Chili Boo Boo. Who's the greatest drummer in the world, baby? Salut Mubarak. I love supreme. 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 Love supreme. Love supreme. I was gonna read a poem, but I'm gonna get up off here now. Too much energy leaking off of me, and I need to be covered. And I need to make this a lot. So he said, that great father, three great faiths, world faith. He said in Holy Quran, these words. In wajatu wajhililadi, fatara samawati wad adad, wama ana minal mushrikin. Surely I've turned my face, my waji, any wajah, wajatu, your entire constitution. Surely I've turned my face unto who? Him who created the heavens and the earth, and I am not in association with anything less than that which is independent of all things and is the one all things are dependent upon. I have no manuscript. I have no cook by notes. I just, once again, want to play some music to my baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to turn the fan on. See, this is not about you. Really, it's not. As far as I'm concerned, but the Lord may have other plans that you don't believe is real. Huh? Read my story about what happened to me March the 7th, 1965, in this very room. I wasn't in the church. Contract the black on your neck hood. Jelly, I get on her neck. Yeah, one time, I was telling this story, I didn't finish. Yeah, this happened to me. She did this to me. We were newlyweds. Everybody's watching us too. We were the pride of the compound. We were newlyweds. She had an American husband. She was so young. She couldn't speak no English. We was writing sign language. So I had to get Jesus to come every time I want to talk to her. So one day she said to me, she knew enough English to say this, and she said, "I want you going to do. When making love, you're going to get Jesus to come and translate that too?" That's Fifi talk. Gucci was her when she washed my clothes. In the Mantle. How she took care of those things, how she fed me when she was where she's supposed to be. And you know what I'm talking about. You don't hide shit here. Don't tell me about my language. As long as people don't want for their brother and sister who the exact same things they want for themselves, they're cussing, more cussing than any cuss word I could ever say. Until you want that for everybody, because he was the Alameen. He was sent to all the world. He was sent to all something, man, he was something else. Rasulullah, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If he wasn't that, it wouldn't be no angel sitting on top of his house that you keep going past like you don't see. You keep telling people these things about somebody that wasn't even his name. My first love, didn't teach some things you taught. This is a tune that keeps coming up for you. This must be your song, man. You keep getting the same tune in so many different variations. Like I keep giving it, because I can't play no drum. This chick. Shally Muba. Shally Muba. Yeah, he took each one of my fingers and he prayed over me. I just called my name over, took the I said, why is Father doing that? That's what I'm done. 14th day. I intend to turn up the light. Sheree said I was going to be like shining bright before God got through. That's what she said. I said, literally? She said, yeah. Everybody be running in. Yeah. And you be thinking I'm David Copperfield and all that. That's what you do. That's actually happening. I'm trying to get away from people. Really. They scare me. I see such beauty in them, and it's this match with this ugly. It's like, what is that? What is that? I keep wanting to play some music, you know, I'm burning up. Baraha. Touch not mine anointed and do my messengers no harm, saith Yahweh. Take all the vowels out and you have the original Hebrew that is spoke. That's why you don't know the name, that name. They mess with it. Them people from from KZR, they grafted in, but they, you know this. You know who, you know who the real ones are. Oh, come on. Don't get mad at me. Everything came from black, and yet you want to talk about black. Yeah, you sit in the sun till you burn up and catch sun cancer, your eyeballs and retina drop out your eye from cancer, skin cancer, because you want to be black like me, but you hate black. I don't understand it. Somebody got to talk to me. France Fanon, black skin, white man. Okay, well, what's the one? That's what we got to come up with another. People should be beyond any color at this point in this Earth's evolution. And I'm not talking Darwin's. Nah. Call it Kadim. If you're not there, he ain't gonna bring you. He gonna let you come. I'm telling you. This is that time to get it together. This Ramadan. They know your husband wanted to get and give you a chance. They didn't give us a chance. I asked Musa from back at one time, my first instructor, Serene too, whom I greatly love and greatly admire. The son of Gain of Fatima, a man of so much knowledge and concerning Serene too. And Musa was such a humble man, really he is. They ran him out of here because they disrespect him. He said he never coming back here. These followers of another sheikh here. And I love the sheikh they follow. So I ain't gonna talk about him bad. Because he fed me and he clothed me and he was kind to me. Yes, he was. He was kind to me. I just didn't agree with some things. And that's my right. That I saw. I left that camp. Because God called me out and took me to Serene Afia, who told me to go to all the camps. I was going to tell a story and I hope I can get back to it. People tell me they was my family. Then they said, because of money. Woe be unto you. You don't repent of that. And I know you could because I've seen you weep before the sheikh's feet. I've seen you weep before God. Where is that? I appreciate everything you did for me. I appreciate how you mistreated me and lied to me. You collect people and then throw them away. I watch you do it. You like to see them depending on you, then you throw them into the sea. Who did that to you? You know I can't play no drum too, and you gonna answer for everything you done seen. And no, I wasn't perfect. So whatever lies and whatever distortions they tell you, tell your brother, yeah, there's something that's closer to the light, but all of us, nobody's perfectly holy but God, what we call God. Until we get out of the way, we don't even experience that. I won't read poetry tonight. I'm too overwhelmed. The exaltation of the fast can be felt all over the planet. They say no one gets inside the holy mosque in Dar al-Qudus that sustains and contains the ancient relics of my father by blood, because Serene Sally said I was in Baki. He said it on more than one occasion. And the day that Farming, who was then Farming and not Narayan, did not want to receive this benediction, he announced me to my father as Ibrahim al-Jahiz from America that's come to see him as many times as I've been to see my father. This is what he did in front of these people. And Serene B had on, that's the story I didn't finish also. He had on these striped socks that day, and he was so cute, you know, and he was into his dicker so tough. It's like his body was there, but he was not there, but yet he was, and he was aware of everybody in the room. And when he saw me, his eyes acknowledged that he saw me, but he sustained his dicker. And Gizi told me what he was dickering. That is praising God. For those Christians that don't know what that is, there are recitations that are given that put us in certain spiritual estates with the Supreme. And you find this also with the Catholic saints that withdrew to the Desert Fathers. They also had these experiences, and you find that the Hindu saints and mystics had these same experiences. And I'm not saying all religions are one. Once again, I'm not Antichrist. I'm not none of that that you and we all know is coming. It's here. Not coming. This is not the last days. This is the last hour. You know, if I'm going to be afraid to be who I am in the last hour, then I should have never been born in the first hour. Now, out of what, 9 billion people, only you can do what you're saying. But there's a story. I'm getting ready to leave the story again. I was going to tell you. Oh yes. And so Serene B was laying down on this little bed, and his legs was cocked up, and his socks was on there, and I just laughed. I said, because it was like looking at Sesame Street in 3D. Oh, seriously. And yet, not with disrespect. It was like looking at the innocence of this man, his innocence. I don't know if I'm permitted to tell that, but anyway. Serene B rose up out of his dicker and he said to them, no. And well off though. He said, this is Sheikh Ibrahim al-Jahiz Sar Mbaki. And I have nostalgia for him. And I don't know if Serene B ever saying or ever hearing that Serene B ever said he had nostalgia for anybody. What his nostalgia was, that I had the heart to come to him somehow every year, every 6 months. Though it was coming through a person, it was the Almighty that was using that vehicle to send me back and forth to Africa. And they signed an agreement that they were doing this only as unto God. Because I said, why are you doing these things? I said, because I believe in you and I believe in Sheikh and this and that, and you have the mantle and this and that, and I do it for the glory of God. So write it down on paper, and that computer was taken out and never did come back. Yet they went out and said all kind of crazy things about me, just as I knew they would. You know, and I loved them more than I loved anyone. This is deep. When you love that way, affectatiously, you're going to be betrayed. So you get away from dealing with the person and personality. Deal with the science of what is happening to you, because you keep breaking the law called reciprocity or karma, that whatever you are, you're going to attract. Whatever you send out, you're going to get it back. This is wisdom. This is hikmah, and this does not come from Harvard. This does not come from Yale. It does not come from Dartmouth. Race specialists. I wrote to them. They got real quiet. And I looked up to them, so no more do I look up to people at all. I've crossed over, you see. There is a point, as my great master said, and he also said 40 years ago that the whole world would know Brother Ibrahim. He said that up on Marshall Jones, bass player for the Wild Players, rooftop of the Queen that took care of me and whose home I stayed in many times and fasted on the roof for 27 days. And then when the fast ended, we went to the store and I tried to eat up everything in the grocery market. Yeah, we were sitting at the table and the fast was broken and I was eating too much soup. And Marshall said, he said, damn, Ibrahim, he said, next to fast and eating's the next best thing, huh? Marshall was funny. And next to fast and eating's the next best thing. Now, nobody but him would do that, say that. Anyway, I miss you, baby. We had so much fun in Little March. I almost tore your Porsche up there. Oh, I didn't finish that story either. So I saw this state trooper up ahead. I'm going there about 200 miles an hour in this Porsche that I didn't know how to drive. He gave me the keys. He said, Ibrahim, you drive the new one home, I'll take the old one. I said, oh, Lord. There I was in rush hour traffic. Almost went through some cement trucks. Greyhound almost ran over me. Almost went through here. Something, it's all bunch of stuff was happening on the highway. Then I looked up and I said, oh, Lord, here's a state trooper. And he saw me stand by his car, you know. And I said, I'm doing too fast. Stop now. I went flying past him like a bat out of hell. And I went past him so fast that his hat flew off. And I could see him in my rearview mirror picking up his hat. He put it on his head. My baby's here. And we on with the car. I could make his ass and shit, but he ain't gonna humble himself. I'm gonna back you. I could give you some back you doing this. You let me to my master. You think I don't want to give it to you. You don't know who I am. You don't know my station. You don't know what I done been through. You know damn well you could never play no drum. You seeing Carl. There's a state, Negro, that I love so much. I'm not gonna love you! Shit. Straight to the wreck. Sally you, ho! Ho! That angel I saw was real too. And the one in my room I saw with my heart. They say he waits for me. He never leaves. He's always waiting. He was as long as the room. I shot! Don't bring me no book! My son is here. He just came on in the door. I don't know if he did that shit. He had to see me. Come here, baby. I love you, man. I'm making a shake right now because it came to me. And he don't know what's going on, but he will. You know what? He led me to Serene Sally. Without him, I wouldn't have found my master. And I wouldn't have found none of this. I don't know whether all this is real or not, but I know I love you. I don't know about that bullshit.
I love you so much. I love you so much. I love you.
God did it. What you call God did this?
I love you.
Because can't nobody get to me but that. Nobody can get to that door. Nobody can come up on me now.
I love you so
Unless
much.
God sent them. See,
I love you so much.
He answers all my prayers. This is what Mom Dua-Beep said. It's true. But see, none of this. There wouldn't be no drumming. I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth. I get in his behind because I'm his father. I really am. You know, am I getting his behind?
I love you so much.
But he got so much information. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Look at the camera, boy. This is a great man. I'm gonna tell you something. This is a great man. This is a great man. I'm not lying. You know what he did? He took his money. He ain't gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. He took his money. He got back when his mom passed. Just what he did. And he bought an old building. And he converted it to what's called a universal center. And they were talking about this brother. They kept saying this brother's so much like you, Ibrahim. And I was right across the street working in school and didn't even know that was them across the street. This is what God did. And a lot of stuff went down, wasn't cool, but there was a lot of stuff that was cool. That was cool. This boy helped me make my first trip to Africa. He messed up with the ticket and all, but he was a key figure to me getting that money in the last minute from the teachers that believed in me at School 56.
I love you, man.
I need to be loved, but man, I'm telling you, boy. So much false love going on today, brother. I've turned my face totally to him. I mean, I'm not the same person. I don't know why this camera won't get my son. I don't know why it won't get my boy. No, it ain't okay. This is our day today, man. The people need to see this.
Ain't nobody seen nobody like you.
Oh, ain't nobody seen nobody like your
ass. Ain't nobody
seen
nobody like you.
Ain't nobody ever seen nobody like you with all your multi-talents, Negro. Please, with all your charisma. What are you talking about, boy? So I'm making you this. You are this. They got to honor this. They can't look at this. What does it mean when a Grand Master gives his mantle to only one disciple? You know what that means. You've been initiated in all the sciences.
It's real.
You are too.
Ain't nobody like you, man. Ain't nobody like Shaikh Ibrahim.
Ain't nobody like you either.
Ain't nobody like you.
Ain't nobody like you. Great Negro. Oh, no, you not no Negro. Oh, you not that, baby. You black man.
You can make my knees grow.
That's the first time I heard that one. I heard two. I can't remember them no more.
Is that really you?
What's left? What's left?
I could
This
not
is all I do now. Give me permission to do
without
this.
coming to see you.
But that's just to
I say I'm gonna see him today.
Man, you know, man, this is deep because I said, man, we so connected without calling each other and said, I know, I know, because one time you came to me at the school and you said, you came to me in a dream. I said, yeah, I know. And he said, you was talking to me. I said, yeah, you told me what I said. And the night before I had your photograph, I wasn't trying to do that. I was just loving you, man. And people don't understand my love because it's hard love. But hard love is necessary sometimes. But I can also be very soft. And when I am, then people take advantage of it. I'm going to touch you too, baby. You got the Barakah boo. You carrying great Barakah from Serene to me. You humbled yourself, man. You humbled yourself, man.
It's Ramadan. Nigga don't eat, he get real humble.
You might get arrogant after you leave me, baby, but you don't humble yourself now, man. You don't got so much Barakah. Now I got so much Barakah from you today. Listen, the people know I done been on your ass on the page.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I talked about you bad, boy.
Nuh-uh.
Yes, I did, man. I talked the truth, though.
I didn't see none of that.
Good. You go back and get mad at me now.
I don't care what you said.
Look at this, though. But look at this, though. That cancels all that stuff. You just did that, man. Whenever we come before a Lord like this, man.
I had to see you.
Whenever we come like this, baby.
I had to see you.
Man, this is so beautiful moment, man. This is a historical moment, man. I'm telling you. Because this drama's going all over the world. Man, this camera. Hey, look. I'm not having it. I want him seen. He's such a great person. I mean this. I tell people this. I don't always spank him. I'm always talking about how beautiful he is. And I was so sad I cried when I saw that they'd been at the house to see me. And then I got to saying, well, how did they come, though? Would they come right? And then I went upstairs and locked the door. I said, because I ain't seeing nobody no more. I don't want to see people. I just want to see Allah.
I mean.
Wallahi.
I mean.
I love seeing Serene Tuba, though.
I mean.
Yeah, I seen him, man. I'm serious. Yeah, man.
I saw
Excuse me, man. I'm losing my state. I'm trying to record. You ain't put me in static state. I'm trying to be cool today. No, I'm gonna get off of here. Cool. This is such a blessing in this teacher, your music and your tape. And I got my son here, and he came. Coogee came. He got down on the knees before me. He got down on the knees before the mantle, not before me. Ain't no me.
You have to.
It's only Serene Salu, Coogee. It's only Serene Salu. Mubah. Serene Salu Mubah. Saint Tumu Mubah. She understands my state right now. I'm really high. We ain't high off no herb, but none of that right now. I'm high off of my boy here, man. I can't believe he busted on through. He came on through. I told you, can't nobody get through. And I'm not fasting today. That's why I fed people today, you know, in the places. And stop saying that Ibrahim will fall. Our father, I'm a reformer. Stop saying that he said, don't pray. He never said that.
Never. Never.
There were times, I met people that knew him personally. The saint. They said, were times he tried to make the salat, and he would lose himself in ruku. He would forget where he was. He said, when in that state, you're according to the Sharia in a state called Majnun. You're insane. According to spiritual insanity. You're in a static state. You don't know what time is anymore. I experienced that state, and then I understood the Bayfall state. He never said don't pray. So don't use our father to blaspheme what the Prophet taught, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. No, he did not teach that, and Serene Tuba did not teach that. Some of you just lazy, don't want to do nothing, and like being stanky. And some of you are clean and smell good. Our father smelled good. Yeah, he did. He said, unless you're present in the prayer totally, it's better for you to work. Now you go find the book that's in. The same one that said he had 2 sons. Called Al Majma, written by Serene Shuebu. I said salam on him. I mean. He's a holy man. Now somebody told me the story. Say he never came out of his house. I'm a griot. He never came out of his house for 30 years. He stayed in prayer and in seclusion like I do in this room. And would stay in it, never come out with things I have to do. Where I am now wasn't 10 years ago. So, only pain bring you here. No book. You don't get this in no book. You can read all the consignments, you won't get it there. You have to get into the heart of Serene Tuba to get this. The story I was telling, what was the saying? Bring the old man back. Oh. Shaikh Ibn Fall, our great father, had supernatural powers. I told you, one day he was walking, he had a long stem pipe, and he had a pouch. And, you know, and he pulled his pipe out and put some jack in it. He was with a disciple that day, a Taliban. So, father, he went to light the pipe to smoke. And the Taliban said, Father, you bring it forth. Father, isn't it wrong for a Muslim to smoke? They said, Father took the pipe and lit it, held it up to the sun. He said, La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. And the pipe caught on fire. Father brought it down to his lips, smokeless tobacco, because he was cool. He had locks. Yeah, he understood the Nazarene vow, even though he didn't read that. He understood that not a razor came upon their head. That's why many of them wear locks. Well, Samson put his head in Delilah's lap, and she cut his locks, and he lost his power, they thought. But in repentance and in great humility, God gave him thousands of more power. While he was blind, he was able to tear the temple down of the Philistines in the power of God, though he had lost his eyes. He now saw with another vision. So, Father put his pipe back in his pouch and sewed it up and tied it up and put it in his pocket. He said, come here. He said, let me tell you something. He said, today you can hold your pipe up to the sun and give praise to your Lord, your Creator, for everything even for your existence being a very sin against him, declaring that there is a personal you, because there's nothing in the La ilaha illallah until you can do this. And the Lord Almighty lights your pipe, you don't smoke. The father walked off. This thing out. Put that up. You're in his presence of your serene. Put that up. We don't bring no problem. I'm smacking, pop you. I mean, I wouldn't do that come in your presence. See, you're serene now. You playing no games, man. I'm for real, boy. Hey, I love this man. I'm crazy now, though. See, I understand. I'm as you most of the time. All these poems coming. I thought they lied when they said Serene Tuba wrote 7 tons of poems. I really did. I thought they lied. But now I know he did. Because he wasn't writing them.
They was writing him.
They were writing him, and they write me. Because see, when I licked his shoes, all that poetical grace, he gave it to me, and I heard the voice. I heard it. Nobody else heard it. Heard what I heard in that room that day. They said, "Did you see that? He licked him. He licked his shoes." That's what they said. Something to that effect. I was the only one who did that. I was just that stupid. I said, he said, man, they could have diseases on there. They've been, see what I'm saying? I didn't care. If I was gonna die, let me die right now. Then let me die licking his shoes.
I mean,
because I'm not worried. I'm not a mangy dog. But I mean what I'm saying. I'm not acting. I'm a mangy dog before Serene Tuba. There was a man that came before him one day. It's in the trilateral conspiracy that the great Muhammad Mustafa Mbaki wrote, and I have that book. And he talks about this man. The great king got down off his horse and crawled over to Serene Tuba like a dog. He said, "I'm less than a mangy dog in front of you, master." Serene Tuba wasn't sitting up high on no throne. He squatted down on the ground before his telling. I don't know where the throne came from. Now all them sheikhs is pimping. Some of them are real. My father's side, man. He don't love none of that material stuff. Serene Side didn't care nothing about it. But anyway, this man crawled over to Serene Tuba and said that to Serene Tuba. Serene Tuba said, "This day you should be with me in paradise. That's more than my dog." Whew. His king's name was Lot, Elat. It may have been that one or another. My memory is not as keen as his still is, because he's still young. I'm about 12 years older than him. It's my boy. You see this miracle? This is karma. This goes with the music. All of this is karma. This is not something that we plan. This is what God did today. So I'm going to get off here and I'm going to say assalamu alaikum to all my Jewish brothers and sisters. I'm going to say assalamu alaikum to all my Muslim brothers and sisters fasting all over this planet. It's a beautiful thing. When you really understand the connection of the roots of the tree is not the tree, it's not that tree. That's what that video and that music is all about. That tree is not that tree. You must do as my master, Dr. Howard Thurman, the greatest black mystic ever walked this earth, touched my life in his last 3 years as my personal instructor, said they go down through the bark, down into the ground. And he said, that's where you see the real tree, because it's connected to all the other trees, and all the other trees are connected to all the other trees. And they're not down there talking about, I'm Buddhist, I'm Muslim, I'm Sikh, I'm this, I'm that. They down there just being trees, all one as one tree. Isn't that amazing? I mean, my Lord, I have no manuscript. I have no Harvard prepared notes out of my back pocket. Do I need them for God to say what he needs to say to this mankind? I don't think so. You never seen me quote anybody like my brother, Dr. Cornel West, the most brilliant black mind of the age, next to W.B. Du Bois. How long to have some fried chicken with him, man? I'm serious. Chicken. Cornell, man, I'm talking. But I'm going to get off here so I can look at my boy before I pass away. Because it ain't long. It's not long, Nathan. Not long. Are you ready, Freddie? Are you ready, Freddie? I'm a poet. You know this. You know it. My boy's here, man. What I was praying for, but I didn't know how he was going to do. I didn't know how he's going to come. You never know. He's just a beautiful soul. And got a lot of knowledge. A lot. Some of it ain't supposed to be given to people right now. You're not ready. You have to be initiated deep into serene tuba to get some of the knowledge he's giving out. That's my concern. But we'll talk about that another time. I don't want to talk about that at all today. I already wrote about it. Because I had to, because God wrote it, because I'm not writing anything anymore. So you get mad at me, get mad at Serene Tuba, who came to me, who talks to me. He ain't talking to everybody. He's talking to his mantle. This mantle. This is the mantle they have to respect in this world. They have to. To disrespect it is to disrespect Serene Sally. How did you come to him when it was around his black neck? It's not about me. It's about a more Diaka. It's about a more Diaka. We have to be one. And there's only one mantle. Doesn't mean the others are less. Each has their station, their maqam. And though it was farming, it wasn't farming that taught me those 2 years, day and night. It's not what was embodied in him. And he gave me all the knowledge of Tasawwuf. All of it! No man has that kind of knowledge. No. I know what I experienced. I know I saw my sheikh vanish in front of me and appear. I know what I experienced. You bring me a book. Keep your book. Unless you have an Hakikah, Marfa, and Farasa, and some other things. While you're dealing with the kernel, you can't until you deal with the shell. That's the Sharia. Without a strong foundation in your salat and those things, all the top stuff means nothing. Because holiness without which no man shall see the Lord. It's just that simple. It's not a metaphysical thing. He's not just a divine principle. He's a divine presence that is touched with the feelings of our infirmities, as the New Testament says. Don't bring me that book. Don't bring me that book unless you know Koine Greek, unless you know Aramaic, and unless you know the Hebrew, without the vowels and the Masoretic points. Don't come to me. Because it ain't me you're coming to. If it is, don't come. Because I don't want to be that me. I don't want to see nobody but them that God want me to see. I don't know how this boy got in that door. I thought I had a lock. I know my dog would come out the garage and leap on his ass. You know, because I had it down. I want to see what he going to do. He act like he don't want to do nothing. He's been neutered. But they told me, said, that dog love you. That dog eat somebody's ass up, come mess with you wrong way. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in violence. You know what I'm saying? This boy can make me laugh too. My Upanishads, man. You took my Upanishads, they probably down in Tennessee and the daggone Florida region. Don't tell them where my book is now. I never did get my book back, no hardback Upanishads, man. Man. They don't know what that is. Some of them do that. Assalamu alaikum. Let me get off of here. Coach, you know when did you feel my love? Did you feel my love, Coach? Did you feel that? You're gonna pink passion, come and love me down like you said. And you said I went out of your heart a long time ago. But now you love me so much. I love you so much. He ain't been seeing my videos, me singing. He ain't seen nothing. He don't do much. Look at his own stuff. That's what he do. He make a video and then he look at himself for the next 3 hours on that same video over and over. He don't watch none of mine. Now you say he love me, but he ain't seen none of my videos. You know, I'm not speaking the truth. Now you gonna love me, you don't see my videos. I'm gonna get on his head now. You know this. Ashante to my Indian brothers and sisters. You have a yaga that's not said right. Chat Shrikal to my Sikh brothers and sisters, Danawad, Nungadef, Anawad Kurga, Megafi, Anawad Kurga, Megafi, Nungadef, Megafi, Anawad Kurga, that go on for an hour. That go on for an hour on the street corner. You run into somebody and you speak in Wolof. He speaks good Wolof. They speak in Wolof, this goes on for an hour. And Anawad Kurga, and they saying other things in there, but it always comes back. Anawad Kurga, Nungadef, Megafi. Alhamdulillah. This is what they do. Here you say hello to somebody, they think you want to blow up their house, they ready to go get the shotgun and shoot. What are you talking to me for, man? I don't know you. Hey, man, I don't know you. Man, you got aggression in you. How you just gonna say hello to me? Who are you, man? I don't know you. Man, I'm gonna shoot you because I don't know you. Bam! And now, man, I'm just talking. I won't be talking to nobody else. Wait, that's what goes on in America. Because we lost our antecedent. I'm being funny tonight. Because I see, that's how you also teach the truth. Make people laugh like Richard taught us to do. And you deal with his words, but don't deal with his heart. You're dealing with his words, but you didn't see Richard Pryor's heart. You didn't see his pain. You didn't see him crying out to you for love. Always crying out in his comedy for love. Always was needing love. He was raised in a whorehouse, and he saw things. He loved his mom, and mom loved him. His daddy loved him too, and he beat that behind him. But he was raised as a black kid, and he went through hell, man. You can't look at things from the here I go again. I don't have no manuscript. I got to teach this. You don't look at things from the external. Or he who concerns himself with the syntax of things will never wholly kiss you. Holy to be a fool, my blood approves. MacArthur Park said someone left the cake out in the rain. I don't think that I can take it because it took so long to bake it. I'll never have that recipe again. This boy can create poetry on the spot. Bad as mine. I'm serious. He just get up and start talking. Kiama's Abdallah Salihu, spontaneous poet. I'm serious. One night he was at the Omega Center. Started talking about father as a God man. Not man, boy. The anointing fell down up in there. Them people didn't know what was going on, but I did. I did. I always had great respect for my writings too. He's a great writer, great thinker. Too much thinking. I want to get him to another state. I want to get him to this estate that he really seeks, but he don't know I'm the one carrying that power. That's anointing that was put in me by Sheikh Sai and Serene Afia and Muhammadu Habib and Habibullah, who taught Serene Salihu and who taught all of them, and Serene Jakati, who was my father, who hung out with, who hit the street, he struck the floor in his room one time, and they said he went to a static state. He struck the floor. They said the floor opened up, and they saw the sea, and they saw fish come up and give him salam. They said, wait a minute. He went back into a static state again, struck the floor, and it closed back up. They said that people would come to see him, didn't have no food. Sometimes father would just reach into a bag of clothes and just pull out a live fish and hand it to him. Tell him, go on, they can't get this eat. Well, he blessed me and made me pray for him. I never understood that one, but really, I went to get his prayers again because I always went to see him every week or every other week, something like that. And he couldn't stand up and make salat. He just could only sit. And he was blacker than the night, but he was so beautiful. And I used to hug him, and he would hug me back. And I went to ask for his prayers when I owned the manuscript. And he told Gisa, he said, tell him today he prays for me. He said, who is better to pray for me than Sheikh Ibrahim? I'm still working on some things I need to get rid of. This great saint said that to me, and it melted me, and I felt almost like the day I saw Serene Sally wasn't there in that hammock, and they kept saying, get down, family was there, that I now call Nurani, and I told that story about why, seeing him walk out the door that night, I saw it with my own eyes, at 3 o'clock in the morning, and he was like, this lights were coming out of him, and lights were coming out of his face and his head, and he looked back and he smiled at me like he was waiting on me to see him. And I said to myself, and I was still half asleep, wanting to be more asleep than awake, and I said, where is he going this time of night? Because we argued and fought all the time, but he was constantly downloading me and teaching me Tasawwuf, giving me the history, the dates, drawing circles and charts and everything. I still have all of that, and I don't read nothing no more. I don't have to now. It's just like, anyway. I turned back around after he went out the door and realized he had never left. His body was still there to my left, laying next to me sleep. So I stopped calling him for me after that. I started calling him Nurani. And we got to that car, and it was time for me to go back to Mom Fatou Ba's house. He had my mantle, and he went outside to get it and bring it back to me, and I walked him to the car. And he got in. That's the second summer. I spent day and night with him. And as the car was pulling off, he said, "You still don't know who I am, Ibrahim? For those who say Al-Qaeda's dead, you better talk to Sheikh Jelani, who was seen walking in the air talking to him, and that he set him to the side in the wilderness for 25 years, told him, don't move until I tell you to go into Baghdad, since you say he's dead. You better talk to Ibn al-Arabi, who saw him take 2 strides across the sea to his ship and talk to him directly." So as he was driving off, he whispered to his hands, and I started to say it, but the unbelief in me wouldn't say it, and I not wanting, not unbelief, but just not wanting to intellectually receive that. He said, "Al-Qaeda," and the car moved on off slowly. It was like a movie. I'm not lying. It was like a movie, a great scene in a movie, and it was a movie of my life. But you having a movie of your life, and you will see every frame. Don't bring me a book. I've been out the body. Don't bring me a book. I saw the dead. I talked to them. If I'm lying, may God strike me down now. May the God of Moshiach strike me down now. I'm not talking just divine principle. I'm talking about the divine glory and the divine power of a living creator who also gets angry and annihilates as well as creates. Thank God it says more over and over in the Quran, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. You never see where it says the wrath, because he's not personal, it's impersonal. It's not God that sends you to hell. You create your hell right now the way you're thinking. You're creating entities right now in the way you're hating and the grudges you're holding. I'm telling you, I saw it. They used to bite me and I would go to sleep and I'd be in a state where I couldn't move. And they had razor blade teeth and they were biting me and it was such much pain and torment. But to wake me up out of my sleep, I don't have them kind of dreams no more. Serene Sally took my bed out and blessed my soul. I now have prophetic dreams. I don't really bother with people because I ain't trying to be nothing important. I told you I'm the greatest nobody ever lived. That's what I'm trying to be, the greatest nobody, which means God has no jism. He has no jism, no body. He's eternal mind. He's eternal mind. Go to Tuba so you can see parts of that mind at night when it looks like the stars are going to come down out the sky and slap you in your face or kiss you and make love to you in the Tuba night. No night like the Tuba night. My Bayfall brothers are chanting all over Tuba, La ilaha illallah, La ilaha illallah, La ilaha illallah. There is nothing real. But what you keep calling God. But Nupu Nuke. But he who knows his Nabsu knows his Rabu. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He who knows himself. What self? The one that was sleeping? Or the one that was watching him sleep? Or the one that was watching the watcher of the one that slept? I have no manuscript. I have no notes. I don't have the Lord. That's all we have, Khadijah. Khadijah. That's all we need. And deep repentance. And admittance. And a hunger. And a deep is the hunger, as my master Hawatun said. Deep is the hunger. The Baragani. Hotep. To my brothers and sisters who seek the knowledge of Musa, who was trained in all the wisdom and knowledge of the ancient Egyptians. If you don't like that, kick it out the book of Acts. That's what it said. So was that about Satan? Was the Great Pyramid about Satan? Or is it the inverted pyramid? But wait a minute. When you put both of them together, you get a perfect. Wait a minute. You have a cross. But when you fold it up, you have a cube. Man cubed on the cross, where his flesh is crucified and he's annihilated. Fana, Baka, liquor. Don't bring me your book. Bring me your state. Two monistic lovers. Well, know I'm crazy, but you know I love you. Watch my videos. Some of you watch me. 901. Shows up on YouTube as 9. Got some problems with YouTube, just like we got with Facebook. I had to put the count, the jack. One tooth, the jack. Anyway, I don't know you got nothing on me. You ain't got nothing on my boy. You still handsome. You still getting dignified. Got a gray in his beard. Sometimes. Hey, we having fun, and ain't nothing wrong with that, because tomorrow we're gonna be dead.
SubhanAllah.
That could happen in a flash. You ready? I put the video on, people was on TV, young girls, everything, just talking, and all of a sudden they just dropped dead. You see that? But why do you run from the one thing? If you wasn't afraid to be born, why are you afraid to die? You see, if there's any tinge of fear in you, because you know yourself, you haven't given your total being to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you cross over, you start wanting to die, because you see that this is the true death. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that when we die and we awake, we are truly alive. Lord have mercy. Let me get off of here, because see, I ain't trying to give out knowledge you ain't ready for yet. This little bit here will burn you up if you're not right. That's why you need to get off this page. I didn't invite you. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Yahweh, Allahu, Yah, did not invite you, you don't need to be here. How did you get here? Did Shaitan invite you? You don't think he's real? But talk to the witches that pass through the barn every year on Halloween. You going around giving candy and stuff out on. Tell them, I'm celebrating Halloween. I'm Christian. I'm Muslim. Still celebrating Halloween. What's wrong? Who you celebrate? Who you celebrating on 4th of July and your hand was a slave? Well, you got more firecrackers going off than Fort Knox and the Alamo combined. Black folk blew up my house almost on the 4th of July. Running around here, almost burnt the house down. You hear me? The whole house was shaking. The windows over there rattling. Little Negroes running through the yard with little fireworks. And man, ain't with me. I'm serious. And I hollered out the door for somebody, and it got real quiet. I said, what are you Negroes celebrating? Your own slavery? It got real quiet. And about 5 minutes later, shotguns started going off. And these niggas got Negroes. Excuse me. Oh! Yeah, they are Negroes. They got enough artillery. But if the police come down in the hood and start beating them to death, they ain't coming outside and do nothing. When they lock them down on the bad cops. I'm not saying all cops is bad. Some bad and good and everything. You get some bad cops, Jack. They don't like black men. They want to kill you or put you in prison or that thing to you. Like they did to my dog. They used to do that to us in slavery. Lest we forget, can't afford to. The Jewish people don't forget. They don't forget Auschwitz. Why do you forget slavery? Why do you act like it didn't exist? That has no effect upon us as a people. And that doesn't mean go out and hate all white people. Without some white people in my life, I wouldn't be alive today. Without some Jewish people in my life, I wouldn't be alive today. Came to this house, fed me one time, I didn't have no food. Yeah, yourself did. Took me dinner, man, left me with food. So I had some money coming in. And put some money in my pocket too. Few dollars in my pocket, so I had some money. Yourself did that for me. Yourself did that for me. He's my Jewish brother. I'm gonna hate all Jewish brothers. Where you get that from? I don't want to see my Palestinian brothers killed and massacred. I don't want to see my Jewish brothers killed and massacred. I don't want to see people hurting. I want it to stop.
What's wrong with love? What's wrong with that? You want to kill me because I love? Come kill me then. If you can get through this God that picked me up off the floor, what you call God, and held me in the air twice, March the 7th, 1965, you believe I met it at my capacity. I'll tell you a story about Bayezid. Abu Bayezid. I think he lived in a town called Bastami. And there was a man who was in a static state, and he was going around telling everybody he's seen God. And nobody had seen God like he seen God. And he was going to different people on the street, and they were saying, yeah, but have you seen Abu Yazid? Well, who's Abu Yazid? I don't need to hear about no Abu Yazid. I'm telling you what I saw. I saw God. This is what I saw with my own eyes. And blah, 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 blah. And everywhere he went, he tell the story. And they said, yeah, but have you seen Abu Yazid Bastami? Well, I'm telling you now his name is Bastami. What is this? Is he a salami? What is the problem? You know, I don't need to see no Bastami. So he went into the shopkeeper's shop. I'm a grill. I'm telling the story. You understand?
I love the story.
And the man, I'll get to Harvard State in a minute. And the man said, ain't nobody else got one of these. So don't come to me. Till you get this from Serene Afia and Baki, who's the son of Fatty Lou and Baki. Don't come to me. And all the pain I done been through. So, he's in the shopkeeper, talking to the shopkeeper. He said, man, I saw God. He said, can I tell you what I saw? Blah, blah. Let's go. He said, the man said, sir, I hear you. But have you seen Abu Yazid Bastami? The man said, look, I don't want to hear another thing about this man called Abu Yazid. I don't need to see Abu Yazid. I'm telling you what my personal encounter was. You understand? He said, I ain't got time for this. And he turns around and he's looking dead into the eyes of Abu Yazid Bastami. And he stands there for a minute, frozen into a gaze, locked into the great saint's eyes. The next thing you know, he just dropped stone cold dead. And so some people said, what happened to this man? They asked the shopkeeper who seen, he was a student of Abu Yazid. He was a disciple. He said, what happened to this man? Why did this man drop dead? And he seen God. The man said, well, he did see God, what you call God, according to his capacity. But when he looked into the soul of Abu Yazid Bastami, he saw what you call God, according to his capacity. And he couldn't sustain it. And he died. He dropped stone, bone, cold, dead. And often St. Jelani would go walking into the air over 7,000 people's heads at a time, and his majlises had to move him on the outskirts. See, I had Al-Qaeda, all right, I had Nurani teach me Tasawwuf. You can't bring me no book. I don't read them anymore, but Quran and Bible and Zendavesta and Tao Te Ching, and when I'm told to, not because I want to or I desire to. Who? You? What? Why you keep asking me? Where is God? Can you see your eyes? Much love to all my real friends and supporters. Those who have posted me in spite of the squiggly lines and other things. The 30,000 post reach reduced to what now? What's going on? It's growing again, 6,000. Post reach a week was 30,000. 30,000. Black man can't go free yet. Dr. King died. Malcolm died. Marcus was exiled and died. And Malcolm was shot to death. And Brother King was killed. Black man still can't go free yet. Why? Why is it that still the most dangerous thing in America is a black man with a creative mind that can think? Yeah, I play with you. But I'm a very serious man that likes to laugh at all this. And last but not least, if you see, this is a Cyan broadcast, coming to you live from the Alpha House that's full of angels, because we don't want no mortality unless you come right. We take bayat means that we have given ourselves to the shaikh. So we don't leave with no self. That is our covenant and our marital contract with our serene. If he's not in that state of holiness, he will do great damage to you. Understand, read my post, you that want to know. I'll teach you in my art a little at a time. You're not Senegalese. You understand no Willoff. I know your music. I know your pulse. I know your centuries. I was mentored by Miri Baraka, the greatest poet that ever walked the face of this earth, and I have the graces of Serene Tuba now in me. It's not me. I'm not Poot Butt Fred. I never was. I'm the greatest nobody this world has ever seen. I love you. I love you, baby. I hope my music made you feel warm. You know, on cold nights. I got my son.